Okay, so what I've done here is I've just set up a nice clean workspace for the custom Titanosaurus that I'm going to do. So I've just got out all of the tools and paint that I think I'm going to need. I may need more, but that's all right. I've got them sort of in this tub just here, so I can grab them if I need. But this is the basic setup that we're going with. We've got all of our paint brushes over this side, some more tools sitting up the top right here, all of the paints that I assume I'm going to need right at the back, so a lot of reds, whites, and browns. We've got our paint dishes just in the front here, some cotton buds just for some cleanup, a brown Gundam marker that might come in handy. I might not even use that. Some more paint dishes just on the side here, and then of course the figure itself. So I should disassemble it first before painting, just so I can make sure every single joint is accounted for. But I think we'll be all right, just based on the articulation and the general sort of frame of this character anyway. So painting that shouldn't be too much of a problem. What I think I'll do is I'll start with just red, and I'll leave the stomach area just unpainted for now until I sort of finalize what kind of color I want that to be, whether I want it to be more yellow or more tan. But we'll just jump right into it. I'll try to film this as best I can, just so you guys sort of know how I make these DDUniverse customs, but at the same time, it's not the best situation in the world when you're painting and you have a camera right in front of you, right in front of your workspace. But I'll try to do the best I can. Okay, so it's best to start with the darker colors first, and because Titanosaurus is majority red, or a reddish purplish brown, we'll start with just a couple of drops of red in there. We'll get some of, see, I don't even know what this color is, some deep purple, I guess. Put just a couple of drops in there. Three ought to do it for now. And then we'll chuck in just a little bit of, what is this? Ooh, mahogany. And we'll give that a quick mix, and then we'll see just how that color turns out. So we'll take our mixing brush. Okay, so that's not a bad color. Doesn't quite scream Titanosaurus though, does it? What I might do is just lighten that up a little bit, and I'll sort of fudge around with it until I get a nice base coat for us. Okay, so I've just done a little bit of that paint on the side here of this figure, and I do like how that turned out, how that looks. So I'm going to continue with that here, and I'll just sort of show you how we do that. So I like to go nice and slow with the brush, get it sort of nice and wet. A little bit of mess isn't too much of a problem, we can deal with that. I did put a little bit of water in with the paint just to water it down, so that way we can really sort of spread it across the whole thing. So look, as you can see, it is sort of dripping everywhere, but that's not too much of an issue. Be able to clean that up in just 2 seconds. So that's why we have the cotton buds. Because the paint has been watered down a little bit, it doesn't actually dry super quickly, even though it is acrylic based. So we should be able to really just sort of spread that out a nice amount. We want to go for nice thin coats. Multiple thin coats is definitely the way to go. So there's that side there, and we'll just sort of let that sort of dry. And we'll clean up this little bit of mess here, and then I guess I'll cut back once I've got more of the figure painted. Okay, so after all that painting, I think about 4 layers, this is what we are left with. So I'm not sure how well that's showing up on camera, but as you can see, there's no more of that grey paint, and we have quite a rich, deep, almost blood reddish, muscle type coloured red going on for Titanosaurus here. So the next step from here will be to do some dry brushing and just to build up those layers. And then after that, it's fine detailing, so things like teeth, eyes, and highlights. Okay, so we're in the final stages of the custom now. I've done some more painting and some more dry brushing. I've painted the toes, the claws and the teeth, and I've added some more details. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some black spots on Titanosaurus here, and then maybe some more dry brushing after that, and we'll see how it turns out. And here it is, guys. Done, for the most part, the DDUniverse custom Titanosaurus figure. So after all that painting, I hit it with some extra details, and then we sealed it in with a top coat, and now it's done. So let's have a quick look at those extra details and we'll wrap it up. So as you can see, I've added some gold across the figure. I actually added some tan, sort of mustard first, and then some gold over it, just to give it that sort of shading, sort of highlight there. So that's all throughout the figure. You can see it on the body there. You can see some of that gold on the tip of the spine here. We've also got that down at the end of the tail here, and on the head of Titanosaurus here. Now, the detail that really brings it all together are those black scoots, or those black little scales there. Adding those in really gave it that Titanosaurus look. And then, as you can see, the belly and the whole underside of the animal has been done with a nice tan and then some nice dry brushing over the top. Didn't actually end up doing anything to the teeth or the inside of the mouth, because I didn't really feel like it needed to. I think it looks good as is. Titanosaurus has got a gold eye in there with a black pupil. And that's it, guys. I mean, outside of some more tan sort of on the claws and stuff like that, that's it. It's done. This is a complete custom, and now Titanosaurus is ready to fit in the DDUniverse. The figure itself stands at about 6 inches tall. The articulation is pretty good for a dinosaur figure from the Hammond collection, so I believe everyone sort of loves those. Now, unfortunately, given the fact that it is a articulated dinosaur figure, and I didn't really go too much into the paint, as I was placing the top coat, moving the tail around, I did sort of notice just some unpainted areas here. Now, there's no real way to fix that now because we are done, but at the end of the day, because this is a bendy wire tail, I did plan on keeping it straight, so this is how it will stay. So that little tiny bit of unpainted area there won't really affect anything. I mean, you move it back and then the rest of it is pretty much seamless. I mean, there are a couple of scuffs on the top of the tail, just where that part there is hitting the joint here, but the rest of it looks really nice, and we still have full articulation. I mean, the paint's probably going to chip off the more I do that, so I won't go too crazy with it, but can move about, can get into various poses. You know, you've got the neck, you've got the head, got the jaw, so on and so forth. So at the end of the day, very happy with how this turned out. I haven't figured out any lore for this guy yet, so if you guys have any ideas, what do you think the DDUniverse Titanosaurus would do in the DDUniverse? Is it just a standard sized dinosaur? Is this thing kaiju sized? Can Titanosaurus here take on the DDUniverse Godzilla or Mechagodzilla? I don't know, let me know. If you like this custom, let me know down in the comment section below. I've been Kaiju Down Under, and until next time, catch you guys later.